How intentional are parents and guardians when it comes to creating safe spaces for children? The other time I read something about how the mother kept telling the husband to find a way to fix a particular socket. And the man kept procrastinating until one of these days, power was restored. And the children, in a hurry to watch their cartoons, go and turn on the switch. And guess what? They were electrocuted. It could have been prevented, all right? Faulty sockets that need repairs, faulty appliances, things that we leave around, things that we overlook. Yeah, sometimes we cannot prevent these things from happening. But what if we are neglecting too much and leaving things to chance, hoping that the kids will be okay? Austin from Chantamadi. Welcome, Austin, to the sunny side. Let's talk.
You see, I have two children, and I know how stubborn they are. So, discovering how stubborn they are, it has gone a long way to help me protect them. You understand?
Okay.
You see, this is something every parent should know. In my house, I no longer use gas. Yes, I no longer use gas. I told my wife, we are not going to use gas in this house anymore. It's either the hot plate or we use stove. I know they are all dangerous, but then you can manage handling kerosene, and you can manage handling the hot plate. But you see, gas, I know how dangerous it is. I have these children that they are very good in experimenting. Yes, they are very good in experimenting, especially my first son. He will always say, Daddy, I wanted to check if this thing will happen like this or it will happen like that. In one of the occasions, he threw his mother's phone inside the water.
Oh, my God.
Yes, and he was like saying, Mommy, I wanted to know if the phone will spoil. You can imagine that. So what is my... It is very important that we protect these children. In most cases, they don't know anything. In most cases, they try new things, try to see the outcome and all that, without knowing the dangers involved. So it is on our own path to protect them, keep them away from these dangers, and educate them, not only keeping them away, educate them about these things.
Barine from Thai. Welcome, Barine.
Do you know that some few days ago, somebody that was bathing one of the young guys closer to us allowed the creeper. And before you know, this little child of about 4 years old took the creeper and cut off his head with blood.
Oh, my God.
It was as a result of this captivating, probably I can do it more than the others are doing. And in the rural setting, you discover that nowadays, even after watching the television, you discover that there are some, what do they call, branches of purple that they would so fashionably designing in form of gun. Start like aiming one another, shooting, just the way they're acting films on the television. So when all this is being done into practice, it's not that parents sometimes we abandon it. We can't caution. We can't say, oh, don't practice this. And in so doing, when they are inculcated into some of these court activities, you discover that they become an expert. And it becomes to be the crux of the society.
Real Gift from Port Harcourt Town. Welcome to the sunny side.
Well, for me, two things. One can never be too careful. And like they say in my community, because your child put on your leg does not mean you cut off your leg. For me, those ones you know, like kitchen appliances and what have you, you explain to the children, especially when you know they can access it on their own. You give them explanation. The ones you cannot do, you don't need. There's no need putting them there to wait for the future. Understand? Like in my house, because of the incident that happened a couple of years back, my wife has refused to use an electric jug to boil water. you know, as a result of that incident. And ordinary, on that day, an adult was there. The day this incident happened, an adult just left that place before one of my daughters, who at that time was, I think, 3 years or thereabouts, went there, and before you know what was happening, the content of the author more than her. You understand? So because of that, she has deliberately don't want. But the question is, those actions, you explain to them, this is how you do it, this is how you do it. When there is no light, when there is light, this is how you go about it. And again, most of the platforms we use those pins, or we keep those pins on, should be stable. We have to be deliberate to make sure that everything is the way they ought to be. No one gets small fault or adventure, because it might be faulty. Let's say the table is a bit faulty. As an adult, I can manage it because I know what to do. Can the child or the children manage that fault while you are not there? So that's why I have to be deliberate to fix things where they are broken. And sometimes, when you know you cannot fix it immediately, let them know that this place no go, this side no touch, until I say so. We have to be intentional, because the truth is that sometimes when the disaster comes, even though it doesn't happen to us directly, because it happens to our children, it's also affecting us directly.